Black Suburban Dad here. I was not ready. I wasn't ready. Black Suburban Dad here. I wasn't ready. I was dancing in the camera. I'm still in Makati, the Philippines, and I was thinking about, oh man, I'm about to go down to the street because there's a street where you can purchase gold. So I was just thinking about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the street. I'm gonna wonder, like, just gonna see all the good gold that they got down there. I'm gonna get this, that. Going to a watch store. There's a nice like Tag Heuer. What else do they have over here? It's a Tudor. I was like, man, I want to see what the Tudor store has. So I'm thinking about all this stuff, and I wasn't even paying attention. But with that said, I definitely have another email that I want to get into. Is this relationship-wise? I mean, I guess everything is relationship-wise when you break it down. Relationship does not just go on to its own. It's not like its own separate category. Honestly, relationship has to do with just about any subject that goes on in your life. When you talk about travel, you got to deal with relationships. When you're talking about politics, well, relationships are involved in that too, because if you have somebody who's voting for one party and then you have somebody that's voting for the opposition, well, those people just might not get along together as good. But for some weird reason, they'll still get themselves into a marriage, a long-term relationship, knowing that there's going to be some kind of friction that's going to come up sometime or another. Most likely when you guys are feeling that you guys are on the opposition sides of whatever thing you're arguing about, when you guys are getting into a heated debates, then, you know, things like that will come up as far as like, hey, you're on the Democratic, hey, you're on the you're on the Republican side. So like I said, even politics plays a part in relationships. And right here, I have an email about travel. So I have not read it like always. I will bring it up right now. Hurry up. And this is an email about travel, and I think it's about women traveling. I think it is, but it could just, yeah, it's about a single woman traveling, and let's see what kind of issues she's having. That is becoming a new thing right now where single women, single women have been traveling for a while, but it's a new thing where single women are really wanting to travel more because relationships, it smells so good in this room. I just got house cleaning done. Whatever they sprayed in here, it's like, boom, hit me right in my nose like this. Got my nose on fire, kind of like getting into my throat, but it really smells good. But it's been a thing. I mean, it's becoming a thing where single women are definitely wanting to travel more, especially when you're talking about the U.S. Single women are really starting to catch on with this feminism. Hey, women are powerful. I don't need no man, all of this other nonsense.
Nope.
But they're getting in their single woman era, strong woman era, right around, and I've seen women starting to travel right around the age of 18. So I say anywhere from 18 to 37. 18 to 37, they're really wanting to travel, get out, live their best life, and live out their freakiest years. But after the age of 37, then they're going to be looking at the nice, the good guys, somebody to settle down with, get married, have a family. But in a lot of cases, man, that's just too late. Guys are starting to become awake, and they're like, hey, why should I marry this 37-year-old woman who I know who's been outside?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
She's been in these streets. She's probably been used up. But like I said, that's a story for another day. And let me make sure that I am sharing my screen. Okay, yes, I am. Okay, I'm sharing it. So let's get into this email. It says, looking for any advice on how to deal with not feeling safe when I'm out alone. All right, let's see it. As a single woman traveling alone, on and off for over 10 years, okay, it doesn't say her age, but hopefully it'll bring it up because I'm guarantee you it's in between the ages of 18 and 37. I have had a few really bad experiences with men. Okay, of course you have. If you're traveling alone, guys are going to see you as vulnerable. I mean, if you're traveling anywhere outside of the United States, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go to Parlez-vous Francais, ho, 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 and the guys are going to be romantic.
Nope.
You're thinking, oh, I'm going to Mexico, find me a nice little Mexican simp, and he's going to take me for with all my flaws and take me for who I am.
Nope.
You're thinking, hey, I'm going to go to one of these Asian countries and these Asian men are same thing, gonna take me with all my flaws and, my woman power BS.
Nope.
Well, it's not gonna go that way. So yes, you're gonna run into some oppositions, bad experiences, especially when I've been out alone in the city. Yeah, because they see you as a vulnerable target. You're sitting out there, you're like a sitting duck. Okay, you're not even attuned to the cultures, the real cultures. Now you can get on YouTube and you can Google the area, which is a smart thing to do. You definitely want to investigate the area or the country that you're going to, just to get a general feel and a general vibe of what to look out for, what's going to be your safety zones, what you're not going to do and what you're not going to do. So that's a good idea. But honestly, you're really not going to get the true vibe until you actually get into that area. I did the same thing here. I'm in Makati, Philippines, and I Googled, I watched a bunch of videos. Hey, what should I do? What should I not do? What to look out for? Are people trying to scam me? Are people actually going to be nice to me like I heard the Filipino people are? And, once you get out here, you really get a vibe for exactly, what's going on in the area. You think you might know, but then you get in the area, you're like, okay, well, they were right on this, they were wrong on this, so. Yeah, not even gonna talk about that. So especially when I've been out in the city alone, okay? The problem I have is that no matter how much of a stern F off resting bitch face I put on, men, specifically strangers, still approach me on the streets. It's very common to get this stare from them where I feel like they're undressing me with their eyes, or even that dead stare that feels quite threatening, if you know what I mean. I wonder if this woman is from the U.S. and she's coming overseas with that U.S. BS, that nonsense. What you're doing is you can do that resting bitch face in the U.S. Guys will just like, okay, don't pay any attention to you. Or she's in a bad mood. And you think that's woman empowerment. Well, if you come to a place like India, try that shit in India. Well, guys are going to take it like, oh, okay, well, she has a chip on her shoulder. She thinks she can come over here and do that. Oh, woman empowerment. Guess what?
Nope.
This is what we think of women empowerment.
Nobody cares, nigga.
And you're going to find out. And it seems like you are finding out where you're bringing that American nonsense over to another country. You can't do that there. My advice for you, honestly, if you're going out with this RBF, resting bitch face, don't do that. What you want to do is look polite, friendly. What you probably should have did is book yourself a tour guide. Get yourself a male tour guide, somebody who actually has some kind of muscular structure to himself. You want to get him on FaceTime or video chat, talk to him, see if you get a good feel for him, and then have him show you around the city. And you can't be doing what you do in America as far as like, oh, I'm going to go out to a club, or I'm going to go out to a bar, and I'm going to stay by myself, and I'm going to stay out till 12 o'clock at night, 2 a.m. in the morning. You can't do that. That's not a smart thing, because there is predators out there that know that you're alone, and they know that, hey, this woman does not know our real culture over here. So, yes, they're going to take advantage of you. And you're going over there, like I said, with that American BS looking stupid, trying to nobody's intimidated of a woman. Nowhere. That's just how it is. You might think so. Even the guys in the U.S., they're not intimidated of you. All right? They just don't want any problems. That's it. You think a guy is like intimidated? Oh, yeah, she's big and strong. She's going to do this, this, and that. What they know in the U.S. is that you go ahead and do that RBF, and then if there's any opposition between you and him, he knows that he can't do anything physically to you because you have the power of Big Daddy government behind you. So if he does do something to hurt you or physically harm you because you brought the problem to him, he knows that it's not you that he's worried about. It's the police and Big Daddy government that he has to worry about that's going to arrest him and lock his ass up. But in other countries, like India, like wherever else you might think of, well, Mexico, it might not be the same. These guys can get away with things that you can't get away with in the United States. Okay, where was I at? Or even a dead stare. I really don't want to have to be so stern and walk around extremely tense. My jaw clenched, hands and fist by my side, making sure I don't make eye contact or smile at a man in case they take that to mean that they can approach me. So, you know something, if you're going to have this kind of attitude, just stay your ass wherever you are. If you're a woman, and I bet you this is American woman, just this nonsense right here. This is what's wrong with American woman culture. That's why you guys are getting pushed out. That's why guys are looking at other ethnicities, other countries to go and find them a woman, and you guys are getting left behind because of this nonsense right here. Jaws clenched, hands in fist. Who you gonna punch? I could have a woman get a nice clean crack on me right now, and I'll be like this.
Nobody cares, nigga.
You think she's gonna knock me out? No, you're only so strong. You're not gonna do anything. So you're coming over here, wherever you are, and you're looking like you want to start some static. Let me tell you something. When I'm over here in the Philippines, and there's a lot of nice people over here, I don't walk around with my hands clenched. I don't walk around with my jaw like looking all mad like a dumb American. I don't come over here like that. I come over here with a smile. I'm appreciative to be over here because even though I've been over here almost a week, I still don't know like their real culture. I'm getting a vibe for it, but I don't want to come over here starting static. I want to come over here and represent the United States in a good way. I want to come over here thinking, oh, you know, he's a good American. He's not being all crazy and psycho like they expect us to be. And guys are probably looked at American culture from YouTube as far as the woman's side, and they've seen this feminism nonsense, and you're displaying exactly what they read on the internet, okay? Clenched jaw, clenched fist, attitude, not feminine, not friendly.
Nope.
You're a bad representation of our country. That's what you are. Sometimes when I catch a man just so blatantly staring at me, it angers me so much that I give them this dead stare back in hopes it makes them realize they're making me uncomfortable. But I don't think they give a shit. Guess what?
Nobody cares, nigga.
No, they don't care. They don't care because you're just being nonsensical. Like it all keeps coming back to you're probably, I guarantee you she's probably from the States. You're bringing this United States BS to other countries where they don't play. They just don't play it. These are the kind of countries where they don't believe that you can have a woman president because women don't represent, and they don't represent strongly enough, okay? These are the kind of countries that believe in that, and I don't know. Say whatever country you want. Fill in the blank with whatever country you want. Even in the United States, a lot of us think that way, so like it or not. That's just how it is. But you have this attitude, which is absolutely ridiculous. You're not, honestly, with this attitude, the only thing you're doing is really putting yourself in danger. What you should do is, like I said, have a smile on, be nice, be friendly, be polite, and you're starting to realize, I think you're starting to realize, but a person like you would never actually say it out loud, that you need a man with you to keep you safe. You need somebody with some strength, muscle. Just that man, the shell of a man beside you will keep you safe and keep guys off of you. So that's the thing that you don't even want to acknowledge because you're out here traveling alone. Now, you can travel alone, but if you have to, maybe you have to pay security. Like I said, maybe you have to pay a tour guide. That would be the smart thing to do. But you think you could just come out here and do it on your own, and I would not advise of that. I'm so tired of this. I don't feel safe. It doesn't matter what I wear. Guess what? You probably should take your ass right back home and never travel outside of the United States, allegedly, again, or wherever you are. Just stay there. Stay there. Because you're a bad representation of wherever you're coming from. How little makeup I have on. If I'm wearing a hat and sunglasses, if I walk tall, eyes forward, act like I know where I'm going, or if I make myself small and try to be as invisible as possible, men just seem to rule the world. Feminism nonsense. And believe it or not, yes, men do rule the world. That's just how it is. I know you're wanting to change. You want women to rule the world. Guess what?
Nope.
It ain't happening, okay? Guys rule the world. That's how it is. Are women getting more power in the world? Yes, they are. But do they rule the world? No. No, they don't. And we just exist for their viewing pleasure. I don't know. Maybe this girl is just a lesbian. Maybe she likes other women, which there's no problem with that. But you have to understand the dynamic of a man and a woman. A man likes a woman. Okay? That's how it is. A man is visually pleased with what he sees out of a woman. I seen this video clip and I'm not going to pull it up. You could probably Google it and look at it. There was this white woman on the beach in India, and she just looked like a bunch of Indian wolves around her, and she was like a piece of meat just sitting up there waiting to be ate. And she's out there in her full bikini. And I think in India, you're not really allowed to do that. And she had about 20, 30 Indian guys just sitting up there very close to her, just staring at her. So, like I said, you're bringing that nonsense from another country over there to a culture where you don't even know. I don't know what happened to that woman, but I'm assuming that she was saved because I didn't hear anything crazy coming out about that. But yeah, but I don't know what to do. I don't feel comfortable when I'm out. But I love to travel. Why don't you try traveling inside of your own country, and maybe you'll feel safer. It makes me angry and deeply unhappy that I have to walk around so stiff. Well, you don't, because you said even when you try to make yourself small and invisible, guys still notice you. So, I mean, come on. You don't have to walk around stiff. Just walk around normal. Guys are going to notice you. Maybe you're a good-looking woman, and men like good-looking women. That's just how it is. You're not going to change the world on this dumbass email that I'm reading. I don't think I'm overreacting. Yes, you are. What it is whether you're overreacting or not, that's not even the case. What it is you're failing to see the world of how it is. You're wishing that the world is in this multiverse where women can walk around in the skimpiest attires and guys just aren't even going to look at them. Guys aren't even going to be visually pleased at if you have your boobs out, if you have your booty out. Guys aren't even going to just look at you. You're just going to walk by like nothing happened. We're not living in an alternate universe. We're living in the normal universe where guys are actually attracted to women. So if you're wearing something, even if you're fully clothed, and you must be a good-looking woman if guys are looking at you like this, and you show any kind of lumps, maybe you don't even have the tightest shirt on. I've seen women walking around with a sweatshirt, and they look very beautiful. Maybe they don't see women of your culture, of your color around them a lot, like I'm seeing around here. I mean, I was in a different part of the Philippines yesterday, and twice these people, and I'm with my other friend, he's a black guy, twice the locals, they took pictures of us like we were superstars, probably because they don't see a lot of American black guys walking through there that's as cool, and they give off the energy and the vibe that we do. But they just wanted to take pictures with us, okay? And I was okay with that. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get offended like, oh, my God, they don't see black people here. What the hell?
Nope.
Not going to do that, okay? That's just stupid of me. What can I change? I can't change it, like what they see. I can't change who travels to that area. I just take it in stride like, oh, that's just what it is. Deeply unhappy that I have to walk around so stiff. Like I said, you don't have to. I can't enjoy my time because I'm constantly expecting something bad to happen, like being attacked as I have been in the past. Well, like I said, maybe you need to hire some security. Now, it might suck because you might think that the world shouldn't be this way, and maybe it shouldn't be that way, but that's just the way that it is. The reality of the world is, in some parts of the country, aren't as friendly to women as they are wherever you come from. And that's just something that you have to deal with. And that's something that you would actually have to plan for. You got to plan for these kind of things. I'm sure you could have seen this if you did some kind of research on the area, maybe some travel vlogs or, look at some YouTube videos. I say that would be the definite best situation for you. So if you looked at this, maybe you heard something about it, but maybe you decided to ignore it, which you definitely don't want to ignore things like this if you're a woman, because you're not as physically as imposing or physically strong as somebody like I am. So she's been attacked in the past. That's not good. I have been in therapy for years. Bro. So she's been in therapy for years. She had EMDR. Now, here comes the victimization right here. Oh, I'm a victim. I have all these things wrong with me. That's why. I had EMDR, done exposure therapy. The list is endless. Nothing has helped with feeling like a piece of meat. Does anyone recognize and relate to this? If so, do you have any advice on how to handle this? I'm gonna wrap this up really quick, and I'm gonna sum it up, whether this idiot likes to hear it or not, okay? For one, you got to have a man rolling with you. Maybe you should get in a relationship instead of just traveling solo, okay? The world is how it is. Two, if you don't want to have a guy rolling with you, or you don't want to be in a relationship with a guy that'll protect you, maybe just wait to get one of your girlfriends so you'll have more than just you rolling around, okay? Just rolling around the city all willy-nilly or wherever you are. Maybe you should get another girlfriend to roll with you. Three, like I said, hire security, protection, get a tour guide, somebody who knows the ins and outs of the area, somewhere to go and where not to go. You can't just go wherever you want to. There's areas around here I look down the alley, I'm like, okay, well, it looks really cool down there, but I don't think I'm going to go down there. And that's a decision that I'm making for myself. Do I think it's fair? It does not matter. It don't matter.
Nobody cares, nigga.
If I think it's fair or not. I'm just making a good decision for what I think is safe or what I think is not safe. I drove by the market. I've seen it on YouTube. The market looks really cool inside the wet market, but there is a lot, and I mean a lot of people in there, and I don't know exactly what goes on in the wet market. Now, I made a conscious decision to not go in there. There's so many people, and I don't know the ins and outs. And what I do know is that when I'm walking around here, people are looking at me like, wow, I don't see a guy like that. I mean, there's black guys. I've seen a couple black guys, but they don't come off. They don't give the energy. They don't. Maybe I should take off all this damn gold I'm wearing too. But they don't give the energy off like I'm giving and my friend is giving off. So they don't see Americans like us around here. Young Americans, positive vibe, attracting a lot of attention. We're not the smallest guys. So, you know. But do I think that that's fair? That when I go out later, that I either have to have a Filipina with me to translate the language, because I'm not going to go to the mall by myself right now. I'm not going to go to the gold market by myself. I'm either going to have my friend and a Filipina, or at least have a Filipina, somebody who can translate, just in case I decided to buy something. Well, she can sit up there and make sure that I don't get got. She can make sure everything's looking on the up and up, but that's what I know. I can't just go out here and just do whatever the hell I want in this world. That's not the way it is. So she says nothing has helped, feeling like a piece of meat. It is what it is. You've been in therapy for years. Maybe it's just you, okay? Like I said, maybe you should try getting in a relationship or any of those solutions that I brought up. Maybe you might want to try to do that. This email is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, people just think that they can do whatever they want, but once you start to get out and travel, you'll see that it's bigger than you. It's not just about you. Okay, got that message right there. I like to hear that. But it's not just about you. And the fact that you want to come out here and you want to try to change the world when you can't do it. Change the world off one email, get some of your victim friends, and you know something? Let me do something real quick. What I'm going to do is I want to look at the comments. I want to see what the comments say real quick. I don't even want to read that. Is there just one comment? Okay, there's just one comment. Yeah, there's just one comment, so it doesn't really matter. But you want to go out here, you want to go out here, get a little group together, people that's had the same trauma that you've had. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but it's not going to get anything solved, honestly. What's going to get things solved is if you take my advice and take the world for what it is. Okay? The world isn't always nice. The world definitely isn't always accommodating to you. And I think you're starting to see that. But the problem with these women, some of these women, is no matter how much you tell them, this is how the world works, or this is how this certain thing works, they don't want to acknowledge it. And they don't want to realize that what you're telling them is the truth. They still want to go out here and try to push their culture on another culture. And it seems like it's not going good for her, and it's going to continuously not go good for her unless she takes my advice, those three solutions I gave. Okay, this is another quick email real quick. And it says, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Yep, I am. Okay, so it says, my girlfriend, male best friend, came over for the weekend. That is not good. Okay, so this guy's so this guy's girlfriend's male best friend came over for the weekend. First thing I'd be thinking is, why does your girl have a male best friend? That's what I'm thinking right here.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
Now, before I get into this email, I want you to recognize this. If you want to take a test, if you want to test this guy's loyalty and friendship, you remember I told you, men and women can't be best friends. This is impossible. This guy is literally waiting in the wings for you to mess up, and he can slide right on in there and start clapping her cheeks.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
What you want to do is wait till about 3 in the morning when you know she's probably asleep. Get her work hours. Just say that she goes to work at 9 o'clock in the afternoon. Get her work hours, right? Know that the time that she's like completely just knocked out. And a lot of women, they don't really completely sleep anyway. And if she's sleeping with her phone right next to her, then that's a red flag right there, because she doesn't want anybody getting into her phone. If you guys are with each other and you guys are actually living with each other, it says for the past couple months. So you've only been in a relationship for the past couple months. Because I was going to say, if you really want to test this guy's companionship to her, what you want to do is get her phone and hurry up and sneak text the guy, hey, baby, look, I know we're friendships, but I've been wanting you for the longest, and I was thinking maybe we can Netflix and chill. Message him something like that from her phone and see the first response that you get back. And I guarantee you this guy is waiting in the wings, and he would definitely clap your girl cheeks. So it says, I, male 29, is in a relationship with a female 28 for the past couple months. Everything is going well. She really likes me, and I like her as well. Okay, well, that's a good thing. Relationship is going so smoothly with lots of fun dates, weekend outings, movie dates, and going to pubs. Okay, that's good. Good to get out and be an extrovert, not an introvert. I really connected with her I really connected with her, though she is the one. Thought she is the one. Thinking of taking this relationship to the next level. Okay, well, let's see what that. Maybe they'll say what the next level is. You're in a relationship. Maybe take it to. We're actually posting on Facebook that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe that's the next level. This happened apparently. Her male best friend is going through some issues in his life with divorce. He needs her support. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. When I was going through my divorce, I definitely needed some support. But I looked towards my guy friends. Now, if I did have a girl best friend, which I wouldn't do because that's stupid to do in a marriage, if I was looking towards a girl best friend for support, this is what kind of support I'd be looking for from her.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
That's it. That's the support. I'd be trying to play hide the sausage for real. So I'll guarantee you, because this guy is going through a divorce, which is very hard. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I mean, you could end up losing everything: money, kids, house, whatever things you guys have built together. You can lose all that stuff, and it's hard going through that. So this guy, he's emotionally compromised. He's looking for somebody to help build up his confidence again. And your girl would definitely, or I say your girl's hole would definitely be the right culprit to help him with that. He came over to her flat for the weekend. Seems like you weren't there. Then went out for cafes, shopping, swimming, and restaurants. So he's swimming with your girl. So he's seeing her in her bathing suit. Very intimate things, okay? Look, going out to cafes is actually intimate because you guys are sitting up there. You're pouring out your hearts. He's going through a divorce. He's definitely telling her all the problems. She's a woman. She's emotional. She's going to be feeling sympathy for him, which is just, a girl likes a guy that's masculine, but can also pour out his emotions too. So when he's in this vulnerable state, and women do like men when he's in a vulnerable state, but not all the time. This guy's in a vulnerable state, talking to your girl. Maybe you're the kind of guy that's not in a vulnerable state as much as she would like you to be. So this right here is probably really getting her juices going, okay, that she's able to deal with a guy, pouring out everything that's going on with him, and she can talk about it and help him through it. They're shopping. Maybe he's buying her a couple different things. I'm sure, look, man, if you're shopping with a woman, you're probably going to end up buying her, I don't know, maybe a candle, a 3-wick candle from Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, not Bed Bath & Beyond, but Bath & Body Works. She'd love that. If you bought your girl a candle, well, guess what?
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
He's going to be in a hotel room lighting that candle right before he lights your girl booty cheeks up. They're swimming. That's very intimate because he's seeing her in her bikini. Just think about this, bro. If I was with if I had a girlfriend and she told me, oh, you know, I'm just out swimming with my male best friend, I'm going to be like, and I'm out of here. Now, either I'm going to do that or I'm going to switch the dynamic of the relationship from serious to I can't take this girl that serious and we can just be friends with benefits. So it's up to you. You would have to make that kind of choice because it's not going to go good if you know that if this guy is doing these intimate things and going to restaurants, could be going to candlelight dinners, who knows. Maybe he's taking her to Ruth's Chris, which can be an intimate setting. Maybe she's going to somewhere else that can be not as intimate, even like a little Starbucks dinner. It's still all these things that's going into that as far as like emotionally pouring out to this girl. And she's eating it up because she wants to hear this. She wants to help him out. Bro, this next line. Even got drunk one night. So not only is he doing all these things with your girlfriend, but he's actually going out on the town and getting drunk. When a woman gets drunk, she loses her inhibitions. It actually, now she could, there's some things that the woman might want to do anyway, but when she gets drunk, it gives her a reason to let loose. It gives her an excuse. All women need is an excuse. They search for it. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't my fault because I got drunk. I'm sorry, I just slipped in his bed. I was drunk, baby. Guess what? Who cares if he was clapping me?
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
I swear I won't do it again. A woman, she could have things planned. She wants to do certain things, whether it be karaoke, maybe it's a certain thing that she wants to buy. She drinks a bottle of wine. She's like, you know something? Press buy on the Amazon cart button, it actually buys it. She just needs a reason, okay? And alcohol just gives her a reason, gives her an excuse to do some of the dumb shit that she might do. So they're going out, they're getting drunk together. Where is that at? Where's it at? I lost where I was at. Shopping. Inviting drunk one night. She was just informing like we are going to shopping. We will drink now, etc. One day she invited me for a restaurant for dinner. What? I went and just ate. Acted nice and came back. So I'm assuming maybe the guy was with you guys and all three of you guys did this. So in a lot of situations, what you might not know is that the guy that the woman is going to cheat on you with, she definitely could introduce you to him. In a lot of situations, the guy that she cheats on you with, you've seen this guy before. Maybe you met him at a social situation. Maybe you met him at a work party. But in a lot of situations, you've actually met this guy. So this could be a way of her allowing him to meet you and get reacquainted. Like, hey, she's not going to tell you that this is the guy that she's cheating on you with. But in a lot of situations, guys don't know, but they've met the guy that their girl cheated on him with. It could be in a quick New York second, just a handshake. Hey, you know, not even introducing names. Or, hey, this is Bradley. Yeah, it's a work compadre. Hey, this is Christina. But Bradley that you just met, he's the one that's clapping your girl.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
I just went and ate, accepting it nice, and came back. After dinner, they went to her flat. She didn't even invite me, bruh. No shit, okay? He's getting it in with your girl. I'm thinking, why isn't she thought of my feelings and emotions? Is this a red flag or should I worry about it? Bro, this is the biggest red flag in the world. Okay. She's letting you know exactly what's going on. It's just that you're in denial. Whether you want to realize it or not, you're in denial. In the back of your head, you probably know what your girl is doing. But maybe you're one of these guys that can't get another girlfriend. Maybe you don't have the looks, the status. Maybe you don't have any money to get another girl. I don't know. Whatever your situation is. The fact of it is, I think in the back of your head, you know what your girl is doing. There's no way that you can have these things going on where they're getting drunk, going back to your girl's place at night, presumably, and you're not invited, and you're thinking that, oh, things are still on the up and up. She's being loyal. I'm looking at this like,
no, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not.
But this is the issue with guys, man. I'm going to read these comments. Is there any comment? Yeah, there's a lot of comments. People are probably... It said, do the same with your girl best friend and you will get your answer. Exactly. Do the same with your girl best friend if you have one and see how she snaps out and be going wigging out, grabbing your phone, trying to see what you guys' text message thread is. Exactly. Go, bro. It said, I saw a web series like this, but basically you should run. Exactly.
I'm out of here.
Exactly. Bro, if your girlfriend is out with you and her male best friend and ends up going back with her male bestie, then I think you should just leave her.
And I'm out of here.
Yeah, this guy's an idiot. You got pretty good response. I don't want to read that. Let me see. Dude, you are just a backup plan. She is in love with her male best friend, and you are backup for her, a side option. Yes. What she's doing is she's monkey branching. She's going to swing. She's going to make sure you're still there. Okay, you're still the vine that's hanging. So she's hanging on your vine. But this guy, he just came available. His vine just came available because, or it's coming available because he's going through a divorce. And once it comes fully, so she's setting herself up to swing like Jane or Tarzan, to swing to his vine and hang off his vine and be safe over there. So that's what they do. She don't want to let you go yet, though. She don't want to let you go until she knows that this guy's vine is secure and that she can hang on his branches. So yeah, man. This is ridiculous. This email is kind of ridiculous for the guy to not know exactly what's going on here, but that's the state of guys in the world right now. In denial. It's a damn shame. Anyway, Black Suburban Dad Reviews. Tell a friend to like and subscribe to the video. You like the video and share it. I will be back later with some more good, awesome content. Thank you. Goodbye.